What's going on, guys? D. Anthony here with Evolution Traders. In this video, as we watch the NASDAQ kind of push off of this support system here, I want to go over some of the strategies that I was using this morning. Also, a lot of the members in Evolution Traders were also looking at and kind of following. Now, full disclaimer, I woke up very, very late today. Normally I'm awake by 5 a.m., 5:30 Pacific Standard Time. I'm kind of, moseying onto the charts between 5:30 and 6. And then, depending on what I see, I normally might take a trade before in the pre-market. And then if not, with that first 30 minutes. Well, today I completely overslept the alarm and woke up closer to 7 a.m. Okay, so it was around 6:40, 6:42. So I missed the market open. But one thing that I want to show you here is there's no need to panic. Okay, as long as you have a playbook where you're looking for specific plays and you're waiting for specific events to happen, all you need to do, regardless if you miss something, regardless if you're hesitant, regardless if you don't take it, regardless if you do take the trade and you lose a trade, there's always going to be another setup. So let me quickly show you the initial setup, right? I want to show you this initial setup that I missed, okay? So if you notice here, this candle, let me pull up my drawing tool. This candle at 6:30 in the morning is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful red candle. Not only is it a beautiful red candle, but it actually closes below this 20 SMA. Now we do have a very flat 200 SMA, so it's definitely something to raise awareness to, but not scare you. Okay, what that means is just because we have this level of demand here does not mean that we're not going to flush this area of demand. It just means to be mindful that if it does test and it doesn't want to break through, it could snap back. Okay, doesn't mean that you don't want to take trades. It doesn't mean to get scared. It just means be aware. Okay, so with this particular setup here, this 5-minute bar was 55 points. Now, I have to talk about risk because risk is the most important factor when it comes to trading, along with emotions. Setups and strategies are a dime a dozen. They're like assholes. Everyone's got one, right? Everyone's got a way to trade. That's fine. There's a million ways to trade. None are any better than the next. Now, if you're looking to take a trade like this with a 55-point range, I'm going to give you some quick math, okay? If you're trading one micro contract, you're going to lose around 110 bucks. If you're trading two, you're going to lose around 200 bucks. Okay. So the point that I'm trying to make here is for every one micro contract that you trade, you're going to lose around $100. So if you're okay with losing $200, $300, $400, then that's going to tell you whether you're going to be in this trade for 2, 3, or 4 contracts. Okay. What you're looking for is one of two things. We are looking for a 1-to-1, which is around 50 points. Okay. Or you're looking to snag the 5-minute ATR. Okay, so ATR means average true range. I've got it down here on the bottom of my chart. All this is telling me is the average true range of each 5-minute candlestick, okay, for the time period that I'm looking at. So if I look at this particular 5-minute candle, and I look at the ATR was sitting at around 14 points. So if you're leaning more towards sizing heavy and looking to take a scalp, you'd be looking for around 14 to 15 points. You would get in, you would get out. Same math applies. One contract's going to net you around $30, $60, $120, so forth and so forth. Okay. Now, if you're a trader who wants to put on maybe a little bit less size, maybe 2-3 contracts where you're going to risk $200 to $300 on this trade, you're essentially going to be looking for 50 points. And not only does it hit for 50 points, you would have been cashed out $200 to $300 on this one particular trade here. And this would have been a trade where you could say, I am one and done for the day. Why? Because if you hit a really nice trade like this, especially off the open on a big flush, there's no real reason to sit here and try to time a bottom and try to short and try to time and try to short and try to time and try to short, because all you're doing is going to chop yourself up. Okay, realistically, there was only one more trade here. That was if we broke the floors, some kind of bounce and then rejection, that would have been another short. In fact, we actually got a long play that set up later on in the day. Now, let me quickly get over to the trade that I was looking at, because as I mentioned in the beginning of this video, I woke up late. So I missed that initial 20 SMA short. However, I'm always looking at the first hour candle. So the first hour candle is going to range between 6 a.m. and 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Correlate that to the time frame and time zone that you're in. Now, once we broke through, okay, and we closed below the hourly 20 SMA, it becomes an hourly 20 play as well. And not only is it an hourly 20 play, but I'm always looking at how much space is below or above the opening range candle, and do I have room if it wants to confirm. Now, if you notice the low here, 18,446, and you notice the 200 period moving average sitting down here at 18,400, this is around 40 plus points worth of room. So even though I'm a little late to the party, I can still make room if this does confirm and wants to push down. Okay, so with that being said, all you're waiting for in this particular setup, add this play to your playbook, is allow the first 30 minutes of the market to open, allow the first 30 minutes of the market to close. Then what you're going to simply do here is you're going to put a little price level line here. You're going to draw a range here. And if we confirm, okay, after the first 30 minutes, go down to the 5-minute time frame. I want to quickly show you guys. If we do confirm, notice the first hour range here. We confirm at 7 o'clock in the morning at the start of that new candle, it starts to wash, okay? And as it starts to wash, your mentality is this: I need to look at the ATR and take those points for a take profit, which at this particular time, the ATR was sitting at around 20 to 22 points. This candle range here was a 70-point range. It would have paid a quick 20 to 22 points. Now, again, you could have caught more by holding it a little longer, so forth and so forth. Personally, for me, what I did is I took 3 mini contracts on the breakdown of this after the first hour lows, got in, big saying in my room, get in, get green, get the hell out. I hope this recap video helps someone out there. A couple of plays that you guys can identify. Again, you don't always have to trade the first 5-minute candle, 1-minute candle off the open. You don't always have to wait 3 hours. You don't always have to trade overnight. Guys, you can trade anytime you want to. Just make sure the setup is valid to your playbook. If you do not have a playbook, meaning a handful of strategies and setups that you are looking at each and every single day that you can identify, you are dead in the water before you even got started. If you're just waiting and anticipating, is this going lower? No, maybe this is a bounce. Uh-oh, let's go back short. Nope, get stopped out on a little, dead cat bounce. If you're doing that, you're like a hamster running around and around and around and around. Also, if you're a gambler where you're looking at these big drastic moves, right? You're looking at these big drastic moves, these big pullbacks, and you're telling yourself, man, if I was to catch even a little bit of that and I was in 5 contracts or 10 contracts, I'd make so much money. What happens? You put on big size, you put on 5 contracts, you put on 10 contracts. Next thing you know, it's bouncing against you 4 or 5 points. You're down 800, 1,000. You quickly sell out of it out of emotions and fear, only to see the move continue lower. Okay. So again, make sure you have a plan. Make sure you have a plan. I don't like why is my drawing tool so small? Make sure you have a plan, right? There it is. Make sure you guys have a plan. So when you see these setups come to ways, you can take them. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.